We give names like English Channel, like Atlantic, to what is actually the same body of water. Pacific, same. Indian Ocean, same. South China Sea, same. All these different names when everything is one ocean, one sea. And so it is with the human race. We give ourselves, and we are given, all these names and labels to define us, when actually all of us, none excluded, are different points of attention in the same flow of infinite awareness. Here we are looking at ourselves as divided into labels and names, when actually we're all expressions of the same consciousness, exploring forever. The names, the labels, are just brief experiences. As human
only on Be Positive
is a brief experience for the consciousness that is having those experiences. What a different world it would be if we realized that we are all different expressions of each other. Here we are as one consciousness, being systematically divided and played off against each other. So we are in conflict and division, and a few hands on the strings of all sides can play us off against each other, and therefore go on driving the human family into a Orwellian global dystopia. Up to this point, unchallenged, because we're too busy fighting ourselves. We're not supposed to know that we are all one, because the potential for people coming together in common cause is too great. Coming together in common cause to demand freedom. We are not looking at random events. What is happening now has not just come out of nowhere. It's been planned for enormous amounts of time. And through this process, everything has been put into place so that it can be played out now as that which has been in the hidden all these decades, all these centuries, has now entered the room and put itself on public display. And the key to reaching its goal of this global fascist dystopia is to divide and rule the target population. And my goodness, how they have worked to do that. The cult, the global cult of secret societies and semi-secret groups, has everyone, all sides. And if we go on being divided, then they will succeed. But it doesn't have to be. The answer is staring us in the bloody face. How can a few control the many unless the many acquiesce to that imposition. It's impossible. It's unenforceable. So the answer has to be not finding a solution to what's going on, but removing the cause of the problem, which is human acquiescence to our own enslavement. As I've said many times, fascists do not impose fascism. There's not enough of them. Fascism is imposed by the population acquiescing to fascism. And if that stops, it's over. If it doesn't stop, this cult will reach its endgame of total human control via, not least, an AI connection to the human mind. So AI becomes the human mind.
Only on Be Positive.
But there are many great things happening, and we need to build massively and very quickly upon that. For someone who's been investigating this for 30 years, I've never seen anything like what's happened in 2020. The numbers of people now who are starting to see the world is not like they thought it was, and certainly is not controlled by who they thought it was, has been growing massively, week on week, month after month. So this is a time of great danger. Of course it is. But it's also a time of great opportunity, because increasingly large, enormous numbers of the human family are awakening to reality as it really is. And that gives us a phenomenal opportunity, because this cult has come out of the shadows in so many ways, for us to rid human society of this psychopathic evil once and for all. We owe it to ourselves, and my goodness, we owe it to our children and grandchildren, to stand up, stiffen the backbone, and say enough. Because what needs to happen now is that this awakening needs to now be transferred into mass non-cooperation with our own enslavement. And we cannot stand by and watch our kids go like lambs to the slaughter into this dystopian tyranny, while we just watch as it happens. We need to come together with the power of no. The power of no and the power of self-respect. Self-respect has broken every tyranny in history. Because without self-respect, you can't break tyranny. It's self-respect that says, I'm not doing it. I'm not cooperating with my own enslavement, and I'm bloody well not cooperating with the enslavement of my kids. So, people of America, people of the world, regain your self-respect and your sovereignty as a unique expression of all that is. It may look daunting, it may look almost impossible for us to turn this around and the direction that we're heading so fast, but it's not. What it's going to take is courage and indestructible determination to stand and say no. The power of no and the power of self-respect is what is going to bring this to an end. And so it is with putting down the fault lines of irrelevant, illusory division and come together united.
Only on Be Positive.
All races, all cultures, all sexualities, all nations of people to come together as one human family with one heart and one goal.